Hi, my name is Orlando and I work at the IWC Community Legal Clinic. I'm also an instructor in the Injured Workers Speaker School, and my specialty is the history of workers' comp. And we're here today at the grave of the founder of the workers' compensation system in Ontario, William Ralph Meredith, who died in 1923. His report setting up the workers' compensation system came out in 1913. And we want to pay tribute to the Chief Justice of Ontario, who set up a very carefully balanced system, a system that would provide the so-called win-win for workers and employers. Workers would be getting fair and just compensation. They would not fall into poverty. And employers, on the other hand, would not be receiving lawsuits for workers who were injured in their employment. The Chief Justice didn't give the store away to anybody, especially employers who were very powerful. Employers wanted to stop compensation before the injury actually healed. And the Chief Justice said, we need compensation as long as disability lasts. Employers also wanted no recognition for occupational diseases, cancers and other respiratory issues and so on that come as a result of breathing in chemicals or being exposed to chemicals. So he stood up for justice. And today, we wonder how the Chief Justice would feel seeing the changes that have happened. Workers now feel rejected. Instead of a helping hand, they're getting a fist often from the board. That's how they feel, rejected by an insurance company that is cruel. And that has got to change. And the worst is that now the workers' compensation system is full of money. They have more money than they need. Why do they have so much money? They have $40 billion in the bank. They have so much money because they didn't compensate injured workers properly. What do they want to do with this surplus money? Guess what? They don't want to help the workers that had the money taken away. They want to help employers. They want to reward employers. And this is very unjust. So we wonder how the Chief Justice would feel today if he was here with us. Would he be embarrassed? Would he be angry? Would he apologize to people thinking that the system he created has now been transformed so much? We don't really know, but we're here to pay tribute to the Chief Justice. And we are at a tipping point, and we hope that his system would go back to serving workers and serving employers without discriminating the people that need the system the most, injured workers.
Good afternoon, I'm William Noyles. I'm the acting president of the Ontario Network of Injured Workers Groups, and we were actually formed to continue what Chief Justice Meredith had brought in back in 1913. And unfortunately, I think he'd be spinning in his grave today if he saw what was going on. We're now at a situation where, as Orlando said, they've got $40 billion sitting in the bank, and the government solution is to give that money back to employers. Meanwhile, workers have been cut, and cut for the last 10 years, but the poor employers, they've had their premiums reduced. And it's all in the name of keeping the economy going. What about keeping the workers' bodies going? Without investing in injured workers, how do they get back to meaningful employment? How do they get back to a meaningful life? That should be the answer. And we have to fight to get that back from them. Because this cannot continue, or otherwise we're going to be back into a situation that Meredith was trying to resolve. So let's get back to what Meredith had actually brought in. So thank you, Chief Justice. Unfortunately, it's probably a good thing you're not here today.
I'm here as an injured worker today. It's a beautiful day to commemorate Sir William Meredith, who is the founder of workers' compensation in Ontario, and it spread to the whole nation. And it was a fair system, and established on 5 principles. And for that, the workers gave up the legal right to sue the employer. But after 108 years, it's been changed. We're still giving up our rights, but the benefits and the compensation is lost mostly. And for that, we are very angry, and because so many of us, once they injured, they become poverty stricken, and they become more injured, and were forced back to work repeatedly and re-injured again and again. So for that, I think if Sir William Meredith is here, he would demand, where is the Chief Justice of Ontario today? I want to speak to him. And or if somebody else is in charge of that, I want to talk to them too, because it's completely a different system from what he established and what he envisioned. And recently, we all know the distribution of surplus by Ontario government, and that started in 2013 and cut many of injured the workers' benefits. I was one of them. When I claimed my injury in 2014, I was told, hold on, we don't have the money, and we can't cover you for the time being. But now they collect enough money. Where is my compensation? It's time for you to pay me back. It's a liability system from 100 years ago when it established. It's not a profit-making system. So this is completely wrong. For that, I think I demand open book for WSIB before they distribute to the surplus. Thank you.